Hey everybody, welcome to my garage. For those of you that have been here before, welcome back. I sure do appreciate you guys. I thought what I would do today is to share the contents of my tool roll with you. These are the tools that I take with me on the road constantly, no matter what bike I'm on. And I've been working on motorcycles since, I would say, early to mid 2000s. These are the tools that I have found for most anything to be absolutely invaluable. A lot of times I get pulled off to help people with problems that they're having with their motorcycles, and I don't know quite what I'm walking into. But these tools alone, I know I can fix probably 90 to 95% of the problems that I run into. Let's get to it. This is my Wolfman tool roll. I picked this up probably 10 or 15 years ago. I think Wolfman has since gone out of business, but if you find one of these somewheres as unsold old stock, I would absolutely recommend grabbing it. It's been a fantastic tool roll. Now, starting left to right, I have this screwdriver that I picked up. I've been very impressed with by Vessel. And it is a JIS screwdriver with interchangeable tips, flatheads, and the JIS Phillips type. I also have a couple of extra attachments for it over here in the side bag. Now, with the Transalp, I have had to stop on the side of the road, change tubes, do repairs, things like that. This Motion Pro spoon has been handy a million times over, and I absolutely love it. I also have a pair of M-Glow spoons, and those work great. For my wrenches, these are just a mixture. Most are Craftsman, but an 8, 10, 12, 13, and 14 box wrench. 1/4-inch sockets, again, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. These will fit most all of your bolts on your metric motorcycles. I have this set of vice grips that I've had for probably 30 years, and they certainly look like it. They've been through the wars, but they've held up fantastic, and they definitely deserve a spot in the bag. I have an old set of needle nose pliers, and you can see those look like they've been to hell and back. They do have a cutter on it that could stand to be sharpened, but they've served me well, so they stay in my roll. I have a 1/4-inch Craftsman socket, socket wrench, and that has done everything for me I could ever ask it to. Now, these two wrenches I absolutely love. I don't know if they came with my Transalp or the XL250R. These wrenches are what Honda gives out in their toolkit, or at least did at one time, for changing your axle nuts. But they are fantastically valuable for pulling any sort of inspection covers and things like that. I do the rear end oil on the shaft drive bikes with these all the time. They fit in places that a normal wrench just will not. If you get an opportunity to grab some of those, I would definitely recommend doing it. If you guys are finding this interesting, I would appreciate if you'd like and subscribe. Now we'll get on to the side bag. And what we have over here, of course, zip ties. There's always a call for zip ties, especially in emergency situations. I have a little metal ruler just in case I need to check the length of something. I have this ratcheting bit driver. These are great because they will fit in places that a screwdriver just will not. And a lot of times, especially on the clutch reservoir covers, brake reservoir covers, things like that, you could slot those into the screws and apply even downward pressure, and it'll help you to not strip out screws. Now, if that goes wrong and they do strip out, I have this little chisel, and it needs to be sharpened back up, but it is just the right width. I've used this to drive grooves into stripped out screws on exactly clutch levers, brake levers, the reservoirs, things like that, when they become stripped out, and you can get them out at that point almost 95% of the time with a flathead screwdriver. Of course, 1/4-inch extensions. Those are always needed. I have a small roll of duct tape that's just wrapped around a toothpick, because you never know when you're going to need some duct tape on the road. Sorry guys, I gotta reach up here and click the power back on so I can see the screen to make sure everything is framed well. I have these 2 magnetic replacements, different sizes, for the vessel screwdriver we mentioned earlier. I have a little pocket knife just in case I have not got my pocket knife with me, which is unusual, but it never hurts to have a backup plan. A cigarette lighter, I'll show you the purpose for that in a minute. I have a couple of fuses in here. Like the duct tape, here's just a small roll of electrical tape. If you have to fix something electric on the side of the road, you can get it wrapped up until you can get somewhere to repair it correctly. A set of points for my CB360 in case I get stranded somewhere, and only points will get you home. I have numerous bits in here for the bit drivers. These are ones that I've found that I've needed over the years on motorcycles, and anytime I need one, it goes in the bag because it'll probably be needed again. I don't currently have a battery screw, but I do have one of the battery backing bolts, because if you've ever had to mess with the electric on the side of the road, if you lose one of these backing bolts or drop a screw down inside of a motorcycle, your day gets really miserable if you absolutely have to hunt that sucker out. So I try to keep some extras of that sort of thing in here in hardware. Now let me put this stuff back away, and I'll show you what I keep the cigarette lighter for. If you ever end up doing electrical and having to strip wires and things of that nature, it is really hard to find a better wire stripper than a cigarette lighter. I've done a lot of electrical over the years, and this saves having to carry a set of wire strippers of various lengths, sizes, things like that. All you have to do is heat that insulation up, grab a hold of it with your riding gloves, give it a pull. Well, had it, and then I stretched over it. Try it again. And you've got a nice wire that you can connect to on the side of the road real fast. Get it all locked in, wrapped with your electrical tape until you can get somewhere to do it absolutely right. That, guys, is the contents of my tool roll. If you see something that you feel that I've missed, or if you have something that you carry routinely that you think everybody should have and cannot do without, please drop it to me in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys have and what you do. But these tools, I can fix anything that you could reasonably be expected to repair on the side of the road. I hope you all found this informative and enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.